Welcome back, dear children. I'm back with our next lesson from the first unit, Flights of Freedom. Our next lesson is a poem by TYNAN. But before moving into the poem, I would like you to imagine a very familiar family situation. Suppose all of you in the family are out on a tour, or you have gone to the movies and now you are back a bit late. What happens as soon as you enter your house? The father literally sinks into the chair. The children, they rush to the washroom or the bedroom. And the mother, she walks straight into the kitchen. We may also find the children clinging on to the mother, asking for dinner or water. Remember, the situation they underwent is the same. All of them are equally tired. All of them are equally hungry, thirsty, but only the mother is seen walking into the kitchen. Why? Why are the mothers so much concerned? The mothers, they have a feeling that in their absence, everything goes a mess at home. Yes. And why is a mother very much concerned about the children? We know that only the children who grow up in an emotionally well-balanced family grow into a proper human. So, only if the whole of the family members are emotionally balanced can a child grow up into a perfect human who can face any difficult situations. A child that grows up in such an environment will surely be able to face any sort of difficulties in life. And that could be the reason why the mother is too much concerned about her child. She sees to it that everyone in the family stand together. She is holding them together. Now, the women, they have that ability. If you look around in your family or outside, you will find that they have that ability to do so many things together. You see a woman doing all the household duties. You see her working in the workplace. You see her serving the society. So they are able to do multiple tasks at a time. So she has that ability. Watch the politicians, the social workers, watch the performing artists, watch the film stars, the sports person, ordinary women in ordinary families. You find them doing multiple tasks at the same time. And this could be another reason why the women feel that without them, everything goes a mess. Now, we are moving on to our next lesson, Any Woman, a poem by TYNAN. Well, TYNAN, she's an Irish writer who's well known for her novels and poems. She has around 100 novels to her credit, collection of poems, and also autobiographical pieces. In Any Woman, TYNAN celebrates that self-effacing love of mothers, cares, worries, burdens, all that the mothers bear in order to hold her family together. This also tells us that Catherine TYNAN sees motherhood as a supreme gift. That's why the poem opens by introducing us to the central metaphor of the house, the mother. She says, the mother is the pillar of the house. It begins by saying that I am the pillars of the house. Yes, the mothers are the pillars of the house. What does a pillar do? It holds the weight of a building, of a house. In the same way, the mothers are holding the burden of the family. So the mothers are the pillars of the house. Next, she goes on to say that the mother is the keystone of the arch. Keystone, yes. What does a keystone do? The keystone holds all the stones together. If it falls down, the whole roof, wall, everything will collapse down, ruining the building or the house. So she says, I am the keystone of the arch. Talking about the keystone, I'm reminded of an advertisement where you find a dinosaur in the museum. The dinosaur is made out of gems. And a man comes in and he takes out one gem, nothing happens. He takes out another, nothing happens. Then he takes out a particular colored gem. I think it's a blue one. And when he takes it out, the whole dinosaur collapses down. Yes, the keystone that holds everything together. And next, she compares the mothers to the light and heat of the sun. The warmth of love with which the mother swaddles the children, like the sun covering up the earth with its light and warmth. The mother is covering her family with the light and warmth of her love. Again, she says, the mothers are the heat of the hearth. What is a hearth? The hearth means the fireplace. You might have seen in the cold countries, they warm up near the fireplace. So she says the mothers are the fireplace or the hearth where her children can go and warm up when they feel cold. And she feels in her absence, her house will go cold and the children will go wandering. In her absence, the children may not survive. That's the feeling of a mother. Next, she goes on to say that the mothers are the knot or the twist of a ring with various strands. So what does the twist or the knot do? The knot or the twist fasten up the strands, various strands, so that they will not fall apart. So the mother is holding the family in a sacred ring of love, an invisible ring of her eternal love. Next, she talks about the various chores performed by the mothers in the house. They do a lot of things so that we are left wondering whether she has 1,000 hands. We see the mother spinning the curtain, making the bed, washing the dishes, cooking, laying the table for dinner, washing the clothes, ironing the clothes, so many tasks all together. And she walls out all the dangers, the storm, the wind, the cold, the heat, and protects her children. Yes, that's the mother. Like a bird, she is making a nest, feeding the nestlings, and finally she is shedding her own feathers to make bed for them. In the same way, a mother is a bedding for her children, where they can find the solace when they are tired. And finally, Catherine TYNAN ends the poem with a prayer to Jesus. The mother says, "Take me not till my children grow. Take me not till my children grow." So when do you think a child grows up for a mother? Never. However old you are a tiny toddler for your mother. So that is the poem where Catherine TYNAN introduces us to that central metaphor of the house, the mother, who is the pillar, the keystone, the light, the heat, the knot, the bedding, and everything of the house. She says you can feel her presence in every nook and corner of the house, so that when she is absent or in her absence, you feel that emptiness filling in. And with this prayer to Jesus not to take her away till her children grow, Catherine TYNAN ends the poem. Reading this poem, I was reminded of 2 or 3 other poems. One of it is Night of the Scorpion by Nazim Isikil. And in the poem, we find a mother being pricked by the scorpion. And finally, when the mother regained her consciousness, the mother says, "Thank God, the scorpion pricked on me and spared my children." Yes, that is the mother. She says, "The scorpion pricked on me and spared my children." Next poem that comes to my mind is a very beautiful poem, Woman Work by Maya Angelou. A very beautiful poem where she goes on to talk about the various duties in the house and outside. And finally, she is asking the storm to lift her away with the fiercest of the wind. She is asking the snowflakes, "Come, fall upon me and cover me up with your white flakes." I would love to quote the last 4 lines of the poem. It goes like this: sun, rivers, curving sky, mountain, oceans, leaf and stone, starshine, moon glow, you are all I can call my own. Yes, you are all I can call my own. Another poem is Middle Age by Kamala Das. And in Middle Age, we see that after all these sacrifices, the so-called sacrifices of the mother, what happens is the children start criticizing the mother and they burst away from her hold, leaving the mother rejected. She is in pain. So in Middle Age, Kamala Das brings in a very beautiful image of a butterfly bursting out of the cocoon. She says the young ones, they suddenly, like a butterfly bursting out of the cocoon, they burst out of the hold of the mother and they emerge in harsh adult glory. After this, they need you only for making food for them and ironing their clothes. Nothing else. So this is a warning to all the mothers of the world. So when do you women turn middle age? That's not when you're 40 or 50, but the moment, the very moment when your children start criticizing you. They start to say that, Mother, you don't know anything. Mother, you are no more young. Earlier we mentioned the mother's prayer in any woman, or in Night of the Scorpion. The scorpion left my children alone. It pricked on me. Only I have to suffer. And in any woman you find the mother praying to Jesus, take me not till my children grow. She is afraid that without her, her children cannot survive. And in middle age, we find how these children start criticizing the mothers, leaving them in eternal pain. To conclude, in Any Woman, Catherine TYNAN talks about the pain and the suffering the mothers undergo in order to keep the family in hold, to keep the family together, so that the children grow up healthy into good humans. So that's the poem which purely reflects Catherine TYNAN's view of motherhood as a supreme gift. Now, read Any Woman many times. Go through the texts of Night of the Scorpion, Woman Work, and Middle Age. Make a comparison of all the 4 poems. You can even read other poems in any language, maybe in your mother tongue or in English, and relate with this poetry. So that's all for today. Thank you. Good luck.